Restaurant Punk Girls Edition.
Yes.
Welcome. We have Leah and Liz, and I am Noelle. And I don't know if you guys have watched any of the episodes or know anything about these two, but we have two bartenders on this couch right now. So one thing I want to dive into, would you rather work at a speakeasy or a sports bar?
Not a sports bar. I worked at one. That was painful.
Speakeasy.
I am traumatized from working in a sports bar.
The problem with
Elaborate.
sports bars, people come to watch a game. They sit down for said game, which lasts 4 hours. They order 1 drink, 2 drinks, a burger. How high can the check really get?
Right.
And then you're just stuck with them
Painful.
for the whole
See, that doesn't bother
game.
me. It's the loud music. It's just too much in your ear, and then the cheering.
Oh no, I love
How
that.
dare they have
See, because
fun?
like I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's so much more volume because I've worked at both, and I feel like I would get so much more volume, and depending on the place you work, you know, you could do buckets of beers. People, I mean, I've worked at places, maybe it's because I was in Texas with UT games and like football is life there, you know, but I feel like the volume was so different, and you have herds and groups of people. Everybody's drinking. Everybody gets drunk to the point where they want to order food. To me, that doubles up your tab as opposed to like a speakeasy who doesn't really have a restaurant or anything, and you're just doing craft cocktails, which the price of the drinks are going to be higher. Don't get me wrong. But then again, like if I go to a speakeasy, I'll have 2 martinis. I'm not guzzling. If I go to a sports bar, I'm getting drink after drink after drink. So as far as work environment, speakeasy, like I love how sexy and loungy and I like the clientele more, but at the same time, I feel like volume wise and bill wise, I prefer sports bar.
Yeah, but you can work like a dog and have a big check and not get the high percentage, whereas I
True.
can work with one person and get a really big tip well above 100%, you know, and not have to work as hard and don't have to be in that loud room. Same thing with restaurants. Like I could work a slow Tuesday, have 4 tables and make good money rather than pulling my hair out, you know, busy restaurant, everyone's in the weeds. It's just too much chaos. It's how it's too. And if you can shoot the shit with your customers, then you're golden. Then you could make that more easier.
Yeah.
And they come back. Like there's something to be said for the return customer in a bar that a speakeasy would have more so than the sports bar guy. You're gonna have your sports bar guys that come in on lunch break and, you know, your construction guys and whatnot. But, you know, it's just a different, like she says, if you go to a fancy restaurant, you're gonna get a nicer, higher bill. People are gonna tip you better. You go to a takeout window, they're coming for a discount. They want something quick and easy. It's kind of the same vibe of a sports bar. Those guys are going to pound beers, whereas your craft cocktail people are expecting to spend a premium. They're going to sit there. They're going to ask questions. They're going to try things they've never tried. They might buy your $300 shot. They'll tell their friends about it, and it'll be an occasion. Plus, you'll have more turnover. They can leave, and then you can reseat that same seat. Where, again, with a game, hopefully it's a big game. If it's a Super Bowl, yeah, you're going to rack up. But if it's like a random game in the winter and it's not like a big deal and your team's gone on a bye week, you might just be standing around with a whole staff doing nothing.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a psychopath. Like I love the high energy. Maybe I am, but like I love the high energy. I love, like if I'm working somewhere, I would prefer to be moving stop. I feel like the night goes quicker. I'm not just sitting there. I don't have to make small talk constantly with regulars or the creepy guy who comes every Friday. It's like you just have a bunch of guys and I could be like, all right, here's your beer, off.
Yeah.
As opposed to having to sit there and engage in conversation. And I feel like, you know, the drunker I get, I could be like, you know what? He lost this bet or he lost that call. Yes, by a round of shots. Like you can feed off of them. And like, I don't know. I feel like it's way more high energy, playful, chaotic. Again, I'm crazy for saying that, but I just feel like there's a whole different element to that. And I know when I'm getting into like every game, like, okay, I know I'm going to make at least this much. These people are going to be absolutely insane. this is what I'm going to try to upsell to people, as opposed to like, this guy comes in and gets the same drink every single weekend. Because like you said, there's some people who come into a new bar and they're like, ooh, what's your best drink here? I don't usually like lychee, but I'll try it, you know? And then they get it and they're like, I don't like this. Well, you wanted to try something new.
Right.
As opposed to the regular people who come in and they're like, yeah, let me get 4 Stellas. And by their 3rd round, I'm like, who wants a shot of Casamigos? You know, you might get a cheap beer, but I'm going to sell you an expensive shot. Yeah. So
me and Liz might be jaded though, because we worked in nightclubs for over 10 years together. So we were always in the loud, the fast, the bump, bump, bump.
And I used to like it. And I liked when I finally started working in the nightclub. I loved it because I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk to anyone.
Talk to anybody.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. So sorry.
Yeah, like,
did you say go yourself?
Yeah.
Did you say go I know, right?
And then you can say whatever because they can hear you until the music stops for whatever reason.
The drop.
And you say,
hey, baby, can
I did that at a bar. I turned my back and the music cut out and I said, you and then I pretend I didn't say it.
Record skip.
Because he didn't see my face.
She's like, sorry, my Tourette's is acting up. I didn't mean that.
No, my back was facing him. So I'm like, well, it wasn't me. I don't know where that came from. But,
Weird.
Who said that?
But
wait, a girl threw a drink at Liz once, lobbed it over the bar. Remember that? The girl
that was the director's mistress at the time.
threw a bottle.
And where was this? This was at like
a nightclub.
a nightclub.
Very busy, well-known nightclub on the East Coast.
Right.
So I feel like
yeah.
a speakeasy, a nightclub, and a sports bar are all completely different
Sounds like the
animals.
beginning of a bad joke.
It really does. But I feel like they're all different animals because even then, like nightclubs are wild. You know what I mean? Like they can get insane. Anytime we came to visit you over at the bar you work at in AC, it's just constantly loud. Like I'd be like, hi. And I feel like I'm a mime to you half the time because I can't really talk. And I grew up with live music, so I love that. Like I would prefer a nightclub probably over anything realistically. But like I said, I was just thinking about it because I was curious. I've worked in both. And granted, I've been in and out of the bar industry. I haven't really done it consistently for a very long time, but like I get little pieces and I've accumulated my own research in a sense.
Essentially, it's the same thing as serving in a restaurant. You know what I mean? Yes, it's a different product. Yes, there's a faster turnover. Or you don't have to stay with them the whole time when it's just serving drinks, but it is the same idea, you know, like, how can I lead you into having a good time tonight? What do you want to eat? Do you have a diet issue? Do you only drink this? Do you not drink that? Are you pregnant? You want a mocktail? Like it's kind of all still the same. It correlates. So I understand whether you're consistently in it or not, why you really understand what we do. But
well, when I was younger, like in my 20s, I worked in the restaurants. I was like, oh man, this sucks. Like I don't want to sit there and talk to you. I don't want to entertain you. And I kind of felt the same way with bartending. But then I started working in the nightclub. I'm like, this is so much better because it's loud. I don't really have to talk to you. But then during the pandemic, I ended up working in a bar that I did have to speak to people and actually enjoyed it. Because I found that the trick is this. I'm not the most social person, but I can sit there and shoot the shit with pretty much anyone. All I have to do is keep asking them questions about themselves.
yes.
Because people love talking about themselves.
Yes.
That is the trick.
I am people.
That is the trick.
When I'm drinking, I am people. I'm like, yeah, what do you want to know about me? I lived in Texas for 10 years. That's like my party trick.
There's
when I'm
trees
drunk.
there.
Yeah. There's trees and grass there, I swear.
Oh my God, I can't hear these trees. Prove it. Prove there's trees.
I will one day. But I don't know. If you want to get into the bar industry, I think you should bounce around, try out different bars, see where you fit best, see how what environment works best for you, because I feel like some people might work at a sports bar and give up because they're like, that was way too much for me. I hated it. I never want to do it. Bartending was one of my, like out of everything, serving, hostessing, like anything I've done in the food industry, put me behind a bar, put me in coach. I want to bartend. That's where I feel like I'm most fit because of my social skills realistically. But I just like the turnaround of the quick people coming to the bar and leaving. But I liked working at a sports bar. Speakeasy was almost too slow for me, but some people, that's probably the best pace for them. That's what they want to work. That's how they can learn better.
As people, we change over time. So Liz and I have been in this almost 20 years. When I'm young, I want to be in a crazy nightclub. When I'm older, I want to be with people that are more my peers. Or when I'm in a, like depending on what mood I'm in. Some days I love walking into a crazy poppin' bar. Other days I like walking into a nice calm evening and hopefully I get quality over quantity. It really, if you stay in it long enough, you'll grow with it anyway. So at some point you're going to love a speakeasy and you're going to love a sports bar. It just depends on where you are today. So I just say, give it a shot, try all of it.
It's also a mindset too. Like depending, I never wanted to work in a sports bar until I had to for the pandemic. And I dreaded it, but I tell you what, you have to just like get your head wrapped around it. Okay, let's make the best out of it. And then it's not as bad. It's like all in your head. So it's only as bad as you make it.
Yep.
Maybe I didn't want to be there, but guess what? I just tuned out all the bullshit and just went in and did my job and left. And it was good. I actually liked it.
And sometimes that's the best, like to where you don't take work too personally. You're able to check in and check out at the end of every day and not take it home and take it personally. And I feel like the more, again, fast-paced environment that you're in, the more you can let go as you go over time, as opposed to like you're sitting with the same person all night and you're talking about how his mom died and you're at home crying like, is my mom's health okay? And all of a sudden like you bring it home and you're emotionally distraught. But I think that a lot of people just get scared right off the bat because making drinks can be difficult. They can be complicated. If you don't know how to make a martini, you just think it's a little bit of vodka with some olive juice or a Cosmo. Like, what else do you add to it to make it so?
And you're on stage. It's like if you brought the kitchen out to the table and cooked in front of the person, they'd have something to say about how much salt you put in.
Yep.
It's the same thing with making drinks. So you end up like having to like fight with people. There's not enough vodka, or did you put a lime in that? Or I don't like triple sec. And you're like, we shut up. Like, do you want this drink or not?
Right.
You can order a shot of whiskey and sit over there.
Exactly.
Or you could drink this and see, you ordered off the menu. Take what's on the menu.
Right?
Right?
That's when you just hand them the bottle and the shaker and you're like, you do it. Show me how you're better.
And let's see you not spill it.
This is the thing though, in the nightclub, I find, because there's a lot of younger people,
Oh, yeah.
their expectations aren't that high. So I can give you shit, like a couple times, okay, when I first started bartending, I'm busy. Okay? Give this girl her drink. She's drinking it, says nothing to me. And then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure I didn't put any alcohol in that. I made a mojito and I forgot the rum. She never complained about it.
This is the best drink I ever had.
But I'm just saying the expectations are so low that that's another reason. You don't have to talk to them, not really.
Yeah.
And if you give them crap, I mean, really, what are you going to expect? I'm
I
not
don't think
giving you a
I've
crap
ever
cocktail.
gone to a bar and was like, there's not enough alcohol in this. I'm the person that will go to a bar, and if it's weak, I'll be like, hey, can I get an extra shot of vodka?
Yeah,
I'll pour it in
shot.
myself. Like I don't think I've ever gone to, there's been one time I've actually complained about something and it was a Bloody Mary and I was like, this tomato juice is expired.
Oh, when it gets that bitter,
I'm not telling you this because I want a free drink. I'm not telling you this because this is going to dock your tip in any kind of way. I don't want to piss you off. I'm just letting you know somebody's going to get sick. It ain't going to be me. I'll take a mimosa.
Nasty.
And before you pour me that mimosa, check your orange juice too because something is not right with this.
Your bar back sucks.
Yeah.
I had a woman order a Malibu Babies and she said, this doesn't taste right. I said, so what is it? And I'm not the type of person to question people and make them feel bad about themselves. I mean, I have been in the past, but not anymore. I'm more mature now.
It's easier to just not.
I'm more mature now.
Said,
Look at me, I'm grown up.
what is it that doesn't taste right? She's like, it tastes salty. I'm like, well, that's not good. Because no part of that should be salty. My storm pourer, instead of pineapple, was olive juice. And so naturally, I told my bar pack,
There's that.
you suck. In case you weren't aware.
Eat shit.
So that was that.
And I've heard Liz actually tell people that they suck. And they're like, what? And then she laughs.
I'm going to say this the nicest way possible. You suck and you're
I
a
could
terrible
just see
employee.
your bubbly little face like, you suck.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, okay.
And they usually laugh because they think she's not
my
serious,
God,
but she's serious.
I said that to my manager one time. He gave, I call it finger juice. I don't know the correct word.
Oh, the sort
But the
quick.
counting stuff, the sort quick.
Yes.
So I like to keep on my register, and my manager bought me a pack of it, and they bought me the big ones. I'm like, yeah, I can't use that. It's too big for my register. And he said, yeah, but I got them for you. I go, well, you're a terrible manager because they're too big. He got
You didn't
so
think that it would
upset.
fit.
I thought it was funny. I was joking, sort of. And
Sort of.
he got so
Keyword.
mad. He snatched him out of my hands, and he wouldn't talk to me. I'm like, grow up. I mean,
Say his name, Liz. I'm just
You know who you are.
I know who you are too.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
the
he's so
bar,
funny.
the bar industry is a completely different breed. It really is. And tip your bartenders, man. You have no idea what they go through, and go easy. Just go easy. So, thank you guys
Yes.
for dissecting that topic with me. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And give it a shot. Give it a
All right.
shot. Make some money.
Take a shot.
Hustle. Give it a shot. Take a shot.
Yep.
Restaurant Punk, Leah,
We
Okay.
out.
Thank
Liz,
you.
Noelle. We're out.
Thanks. Bye.